Have you ever looked at a simple machine learning project and then at the massive AI systems that power companies like, say, Google or Amazon, and just wondered, how do you get from here to there? Well, it's not magic. There's actually a clear progression, a set of levels that every single person in this field follows. And understanding these levels, it's the key to mapping out your entire career.
And I totally get it. When you're just starting out, that gap between your first learning notebook and a global scale system, it can feel impossibly wide. But it's not some big mystery. It's a journey, and it has very, very distinct stages.
So what really separates a beginner from an industry leader? It's not just about years of experience. It's about the level of project they can actually build. So today, we're going to lay out that exact map for you and show you what kind of project you need to be building for the role you really want.
Okay, let's start at the beginning, at ground zero. This is the foundational journey everyone in ML has to take. The move from doing academic exercises to doing real professional work. This is all about levels 1 and 2.
And this comparison right here says it all. We all start at level 1, right? You've got some nice clean data from a site like Kaggle, everything's tucked into a single Jupyter notebook, and you're using basic Scikit-learn models. But level 2 is the jump to reality. Now you're getting your hands dirty with messy, real-world data, and you're not just hacking in a notebook, you're organizing your work into a proper modular Python project. You're leveling up your models. This shift, it is absolutely crucial. A level 2 project is really all about building professional habits. You're moving beyond a single script into well-organized code. You're using Git for version control because you have to. You're thinking about making your work reproducible with config files. And you're tackling all the messy, real-world problems like class imbalance and serious hyperparameter tuning. This is what employers are talking about when they ask for real-world experience. And just when you think you've mastered level 2, bam! Your manager or client asks the one question that changes the entire game. This model's fantastic, so when can we actually use it? That one question signals the next giant leap. And that brings us to what I call the great production leap. This is the jump to level 3. This is where a data scientist really starts to earn their stripes as a machine learning engineer. Welcome to level 3. This is the pivotal stage. This is where your models stop being cool experiments and they start becoming real, live products that people depend on. Because at this level, it's all about production. You are deploying your model for real users, and all of a sudden, accuracy is just one small piece of the puzzle. Now, you're obsessed with things like reliability, latency, and how much traffic your system can handle without falling over. And that means you need a completely new set of tools. You're starting by packaging up your model with something like Docker to make it portable. Then you're building an API so other services can actually talk to it. And you can't just launch it and walk away. No, you have to monitor its performance with dashboards. And you have to version everything, the code, the data, and the models themselves. It's a whole new world. So you can put a single model into production. That's awesome, seriously. But how do you do it at industrial scale? How do you handle millions of users? Well, that's the leap to level 4. Welcome to the major leagues, the world of senior engineers and ML ops. At level 4, the game completely changes. You're not just deploying single models anymore. Oh no. You are engineering complex, interconnected machine learning systems. And these systems, they have to be tough. They have to be resilient enough to handle massive scale and constant dynamic changes. This means you're basically living on major cloud platforms and using some seriously sophisticated tools to automate and orchestrate the whole shebang. And the technology stack gets, well, pretty intense. You're orchestrating everything with tools like Kubernetes, you're deep in frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlow, and you're optimizing these gigantic models with techniques like RAG, that's Retrieval Augmented Generation, by the way, to give them access to external knowledge. All of this is supported by critical infrastructure like feature stores and A/B testing frameworks. It's the big stuff. So what could possibly lie beyond building these massive, scalable systems? Well, there's one final frontier, level 5. And this is all about pushing the absolute boundaries of what AI can even do. Because you see, level 5 isn't about applying what already exists. It's about inventing what comes next. This is the realm of pure cutting-edge research. We're talking about people inventing completely new neural network architectures from scratch, or even building systems that can perform autonomous scientific discovery. The work happening here, it literally defines the future of the entire field. Okay, But let's take a deep breath here, because this is a crucial reality check. You absolutely 100% do not need to reach level 5 to have an amazing, successful, and high-impact career. The vast majority of fantastic, high-paying jobs in machine learning are sitting squarely in levels 3 and 4.
So that brings us to the most important question of all, right? The one you're probably asking yourself: what level do I need to be at for my career goals? Let's connect these project levels directly to actual job titles.
Okay, let's break it down. It's actually pretty clear. If you're targeting an entry-level data scientist role, you need to master level 2. Have a solid level 2 project in your portfolio. But if you're aiming to be an ML engineer, a level 3 project is what we call table stakes. It's the bare minimum you need just to get in the door. Then, to move up to senior or ML ops roles, you absolutely need level 4 capabilities. And level 5, that's the domain of pure AI researchers.
And as you go out and build your portfolio, please remember this. Quality crushes quantity every single time. A single, comprehensive level 3 project that you saw through from beginning to end is infinitely more valuable to an employer than a GitHub profile that's just littered with a dozen simple level 1 tutorial notebooks.
So, there you have it. You've seen the map. You can see the entire path, from a simple notebook all the way to the frontier of AI. The only question left is, what's your next step?